Hallo, hallo, hallo. Guten Tag, mein Fräulein, meine Freunde, mein Liebchen. The list goes on. Hallo, mein Freunde, und willkommen. Oh hell, Hannah, wait. Hallo, mein Freunde, und willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Dark, right? Yeah, I'm not crazy, right? Hello, welcome back to the episode of Dark. We are on the cusp of being halfway through the final season. On YouTube now, we're also caught up a little bit insofar as that we have season 3 starting to upload. A few people are a little bit critical still, which is funny, and I got a counter argument, but one thing at a time here. I didn't realize this till I watched a reaction, but I think the young man in the church is the same actor that plays the woman in Alpha Universe that Peter Doppler had an affair with. I guess she just doesn't transition in the alternate universe? Question mark. Interesting, because I remember seeing that young man, like when, like, in the kind of the vibe, I was like a little bit like, Peter, Peter, still a wife cheater? I don't know. Regarding Noah/Hanno, you spotted the name Hanno Tauber when we were looking at the family tree inscribed on the floor of Eva's lair in season 3, episode 2. See, I thought I recognized that name and it was escaping me. However, on the website family tree, he's just called Noah. And I remember this now because then I was going over the timeline, and as I was editing another video and going through Noah's bit and his involvement, I believe this was at the end of season 2, I showed that in town, Noah, as you know, as the priest, was known as Hanno Tauber, even though his his Adam given name is Noah, to shepherd the chosen, or the saviors in the ark, as it were. Season 3, episode 3 holds one of only 2 plot holes I've spotted in the entire show. Martha shows stranger Jonas her time machine and gives him her alleged last bulb of cesium. At that point, surely Jonas should simply have used Martha's time machine to take all of them back to 2020 instead of trying to replicate the God particle using the machines in Tannhaus's workshop. He literally had a working time machine in his hands but ignored it. That is a very good question. Maybe there's a plot relevant reason for it. Did Martha say that her time machine wasn't working properly? Did she showcase that she had a time machine? Or did she just, I mean, I guess she opens it up and takes out the cesium, right? So maybe she's saying, oh, the machine doesn't work, or the machine does something differently than what you're trying to accomplish. Strap in for the next 3 episodes because it's going to get really complicated. Hint, keep track of Martha by looking at her scars. I like how there's people that are like, hey, it's pretty confusing. We understand if you're not gonna, if there's a lot to take in and you miss one thing or two. And then I'll have a few people that are literally like, how could you miss this, dude? I don't understand. How, you idiot? Like, how? I'm like, well, either it wasn't obvious or big dumb here. I think there's a timeline on YouTube that covers seasons 1 and 2 that might be a good thing to watch. Also, there's a video on a YouTube channel called The Culture Cave that does a great job of explaining the cycles. Yeah, I'm going to be watching my fair share of video essays after this show's over. So as far as I am on YouTube right now, regarding the show's popularity, first of all, Undertale represent. It was a lot more popular outside of Germany. I'm German and I've only ever met one other person that has seen Dark without me recommending it first. Ironic, since this show was specifically made with a German audience in mind. Shows about small town cops are really popular here, and this was the creator's take on that concept. Other comments: that's weird, the series is a real gem, definitely in my top 5 series of all time. Its success in France is beyond question. I too would have thought it would be very popular in Germany. In any case, for me, it's a masterpiece. It's so poetic, philosophical, and profound. I would agree. And I love hearing German spoken. It adds an extra charm. Same in Greece. Dark is really Dark is really most successful, it seems, because I've never heard anybody talk about it really at all in America, like the US, maybe once or twice. People ask me, because a few people know that I do content creation, just in general, and so they'll be like, hey, so what shows are you watching now? And I'm like, oh, because they're thinking I'm gonna say some like current popular show like The Pit or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm watching Dark, this German science fiction time travel show, and they're like, okay, and I'm like, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I want to give a different theory of the illusions they see that you talk about. I think that what they see is the pure or idyllic perception on their minds of their loved ones. I see. So maybe not the last version of how they remember them, but more the idyllic version of them. The kid onesie of Mikkel, the pure white of Martha, the work clothes of Ulrich, and the only image/clothes we see, Jonas see, dream, think of Michael. You're doing great. The show is a mindfuck. I've been lost countless times in the first watch through. I look like a crazy person writing down insane theories and connecting dots where they're never meant to be connected. This is what I'm referring to as Severance syndrome. Like the first season of Severance, I did really well with. In season 2, I think I fell victim to the hype and the insane theory crafting of the entire community as a whole, and when all these far-fetched theories, but because we don't have the answers, anything is possible, right? So all these theories, it became so convoluted that really if I had just stuck to the roots of the show and I hadn't let my opinion be colored by outside factors or by really trying to big brain all the solutions, I think I would have been able to figure it out a bit easier than what I ended up happening. So when Severance Season 3 comes out, I'll be more prepared and ready. What a beautiful story. Thank you for another great reaction and sharp observations. The first time I watched it, I thought the show had been canceled with no resolution, but reviews were so good that I gave it a shot. This season was particularly frustrating because I thought all these new amazing plots were just adding details that would not have a solution. Imagine my surprise getting to the last episode and realizing the story was wrapped up in a way. Also, I'd love to be able to support you on Patreon, but I don't have a stable income. Oh, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I hope this will change in the future since you're a creator I value quite a lot, and I'm surprised these videos have only these views. I mean, that's just the nature of the algorithm and the fact that it's long-form analysis content, and I get it. Most people don't want what I'm making because it's long-winded. I pause a lot, and I'm heavily discussing these shows, and especially in the more popular series, I'll have plenty of people that are like, I preferred it when you didn't talk so much, and I'm like, okay, so then why the fuck are you watching? Something I loved is the soundtrack in The Otherworld seems to be reversed. I went nuts when I realized. That's pretty sick. I gotta look out for that. Dark really does require a couple of rewatches to fully come to grips with so I learn new things watching reactions. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be the same way. I'm gonna rewatch the seasons and be like, oh my god, how did I miss that? For the beginning quote of this season, I think desire is a better translation of will. Paraphrasing, man can follow his desires, but he cannot choose his desires. Your desires are just things that are there. You don't consciously choose them. Giving an interesting view on whether we have free will. Maybe if we can let go of our desires and do what needs to be done instead, that's free will. Yeah, like ego death, perhaps, maybe? Well, I guess that's less ego death, but you saying that made me think of ego death and kind of trying to go past like our internalized hierarchy of needs, right? Anyway, according to the writer, I'm gonna butcher this, Jean Fries, this is pretty much the central premise of and theme of the show. The shots in the third season were mirrored in post, so all the signage had to be mirrored and actors had to play left-handed? Yo, and they had to get UK cars? You don't see much cars for a reason in the alternate world. That's crazy, that level of a commitment to the production design. The melancholy black and white picture of Regina has a black mourning ribbon in the corner, but that may be a European thing. Oh, that's the ribbon they were referring to, I suppose. Yes, the Martha in the white dress is the one at Adam, but also the one at the summer party at the Nielsen's when she and Jonas first made love. Oh, it's the stranger that travels to 1888. It happens right at the moment of the apocalypse, presumably amplifying the effect and throwing him back 132 years. So because the apocalypse happened, presumably that amplified the effect of the time travel and threw him back even further in time with the kiddos. You'll probably get it in the next episode when you see the rest of the group. Yeah, I saw that. In this episode, you're actually doing better than great, picking up on the mirror world and world transition effect immediately. I like to think Mikkel is old enough to take care of himself was a little tongue-in-cheek joke about the actor having very visibly aged between seasons. Not a lot they could do about that. Yeah, that's the Stranger Things effect, right? You could say it in a mean way. Dark is the Stranger Things for thinking people. Oh, but you are right. Stranger Things is more accessible for people than Dark, where you have to pay attention every second or you are lost. Yeah, as I'm learning the hard way. I'd definitely rather have one eye than one arm. It won't feel like only one eye real fast, but I don't know how I would feel with one hand. Yeah, that's the question. Like, I guess eventually you would get used to having one eye. And then your field of view and your depth perception would be off, but you'd get used to it eventually. I feel like having both eyes and then, I don't know, because then you have one less hand. Is it your dominant hand? Could you get like a prosthetic? Would that make it easy? I don't know, man. Magnus, Martha, and Mikkel would not exist in this alternate unit reality unless Ulrich was their father. Time travel doesn't contravene basic biology. Paradoxically, Dark premiered both before and after Stranger Things. I know you're not necessarily making this argument, but many people have before. But Dark and Stranger Things are no more similar than Stand By Me is to The Goonies. Just because it is about a group of kids or teenagers doesn't mean it's similar. No, believe me, I'm on that same page. Like, people that, I think that the comparisons people were making and saying, oh, this show is just da-da-da-da-da, it's like kind of unfair. Unless it's a carbon copy of the plot. I really think you would love the Netflix show Sandman. Don't know if you've heard of it, but I think you'd enjoy it. I've had several people ask me about Sandman. Here's the thing. I did a casual watch through of the first season. I liked it. I don't think I loved it. Not that I would be entirely opposed to doing a reaction for season 2, but I really prefer to do reactions for series like from the beginning that I haven't touched yet. What do you mean tinfoil? They could have made it more obvious. What with the three guys? But it's funny, I guess, because you are terrible with faces in general. But by the way, all right, ease up on the gas there, man. Look, nobody will ever let me live it down. Terrible with faces. When it comes to the comparisons, right? The one I was getting confused with, aside from the hair, I firmly believe that Charlotte Doppler and Catalina Nielsen, there's so many faces in this show. Heaven forbid they looked similar. And then it wasn't even so much face. Well, for those two, it was faces. There were a couple other situations where it was names, but look, my argument, a few people on YouTube, when it came to the unknown, right? And the three guys with I believe it's called a cleft lip. They have the scar. And I was like, oh man, are they a part of some sort of cult? And there are a few people that were like, what are you talking about? Isn't it so obvious? Right, because everything in the show has been so obvious. And also because, yeah, you're right. There's never been another type of show or movie or media, right, where people that belong to a certain cult or group would mark their faces in a similar manner as such to each other, right? Never before existed in media. A little movie, perhaps. Hang on. Mark of Immortan Joe. Yeah, because they never marked. People never marked the back of their necks with this, or even in the Death Stranding with APAC and the brand. I'm just saying, I get the point that's being made there. I get what people are saying. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, like I don't think the fact that I didn't immediately jump to, oh, it's three of the same person. It's like, come on. But I was like, you're right. This show's usually pretty straightforward after all. LOL. Haha, true. Now this is true. There's an old German idiom which goes somewhat like this is what I was referring to earlier with talking about Severance. You can't find the forest because there are too many trees blocking your view, which means that sometimes we don't see the obvious because we're looking too closely. And I always enjoy it when anyone, including myself, stumble upon some situation which the idiom applies. So I think at first, because someone's like, calm down, I think it seems aggressive at first. But I think that it was meant in a very I'm joshing you, I'm joking with you kind of manner. Hence the little laughy cry faces and all that. So don't get me wrong, I do appreciate you like the comment, and I'm not trying to say, oh, don't be an asshole or anything like that. It's not what I'm saying. I think on its surface, sometimes comments can kind of seem one way because when you have text, like it's hard to have proper context. But then speaking on it with the you're quite right with the not being able to see the forest through the trees idiom. Yeah, that's true. And I've been victim to it in this show. I've been victim to it in Severance and other shows where I'm looking so hard for something that isn't there past around the obvious answer right in front of me. I'm a victim of trying to big brain things. There was even a comment that came through the other day that was like, oh, you think you're smart, but due to these reactions, this is clear proof that you're not. And I was like, whoa, edgelord over here. There were a few moments throughout this episode where there was a quieter second audio track of you speaking audibly. Oh yeah, almost as if there was a second noise-gated mic recording. I normally record my audio separate from the TV show audio, and you are 100% correct, by the way. That is like very, very good ears. That's what happened, is that I screwed up and I didn't record the episode audio properly. So for my audio was linked to the show audio in the improper way. So I had to re-record the audio, like sync it up, get it to sync up, and then I got it as close as I could. But I'm not an audio engineer, so there's a little bit. Yeah, you're right. There was a second audio track that I had no choice but to include with it. You wanted some German pronunciation tips. At this moment, you say Wuller as if it's wool. If you want to do the German, oh, it's more like the sound in turn. I appreciate that. I've had the correction before. Turn, Burn, burn. Whirler. So it's not wooler, it's whirler. Whirler. Okay. But with the W and the V, would that be like Wuller, or would it still be Wuller? Once you get the phonetics down, you feel like I've cracked the code, but it's hard, man. German is phonetically speaking, but once you get the hang of it, it starts to make more sense, and then it's fun to speak. Since I haven't seen anyone help your pronunciation in a while, I think you need only to fix one thing: pronounce all Z's as t's, like t's, like t's. All Z's as T's, what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. Tsuki, like Tsuki, like Ghost of oh, I can't even say it. And the game, everybody in America would say Ghost of Tsushima, but I think it's like Ghost of Tsushima, like that. Crazy tinfoil hat, they're the same person, buddy, come on. Oh no, damn, they got me. The back and forth. So they said crazy tinfoil hat, they're the same person, buddy, come on. And I was like, hey Siri, please play I'm Only Human by Christina Perri. Small tear flows down cheek. They clapped back and said Siri didn't listen and played World's Tiniest Violin by AJR. Alright, I gotta give it to you there. That's a pretty good clap back. As always, thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Be it the mostly positive, the occasionally critical. As much as I might like moan and whinge about it, I appreciate it all. If you're on Patreon, thank you so much for that additional layer of love and support. If you ever considered doing it, Patreon, as I've said countless times, gets you early access to all my content, weeks if not months in advance, regarding reaction content, movie commentaries, couples content, Patreon exclusive shows and series and all that jazz. You get full access to all of that, including my entire content library, everything I've done ever in terms of reaction, like series, long form, etc., with full uncut episodes, full HD video accompaniment, yada, yada, yada. If you're on YouTube, of course, that is more than enough. I appreciate it all. I only ask that as I watch this show and we finish it up, I'm going to try my best to hang on for dear life. I have the timeline on standby. It's not going to be perfect. I'm going to falter. I'm going to try with my German phonetics and diction. I appreciate all the tips and tricks and history lessons, etc. Bear with me. I am by no means a professional. On to the origin. I'm still excited, though. I love this show. I love this show so much. I think we're back in time again. Now, I think I recognize this kid from back in the past, right? Isn't this the younger version of... See, already, I know I'm going to be mistaken. Is this not Jan... Is this not the Jan Tronte Nielsen? Isn't it? Her kid? But I see zippers. Well, no, zippers aren't like... Okay, never mind. I'm just going to shut up. Old enough where it has the partial gate on it. I feel like we know this kid already, but it's been long enough where I'm misremembering. But it could be a new kid. Oh no, it is Tronte, the birthmark. Uh-oh.
Wir werden aus Dunkelheit geboren.
Oh my, who aren't you gonna kill, dude? Who aren't you gonna kill? But he can't die, because as you all have pointed out, yeah, wait, because he has the birthmark. This is Jan Tronte. So, as many of you have pointed out, people can't die because if they exist in the future, that means that they literally have already survived that far.
Du bist groß geworden, Tronte.
Yeah, alright, so I was right.
Du hast vieles von ihr.
Been around for a while, huh?
Deine Augen.
Well, she's involved in Sigmundus, yeah? Yeah?
Ich habe keinen Namen. Man hat mir nie einen gegeben.
Okay. Come on.
Aber ich habe damals deinen ausgesucht.
But I chose your name. But they can't kill him, though. Like, timeline speaking, right? I mean, every person...
hat deiner Mutter gehört.
This is fascinating. Every person... Ouroboros? Oh, well, it's not eating its own tail. This is fascinating. Every person that the unknown has collectively run into so far in the show, they've just, like, gotten out the garrote wire, or the piano wire, whatever you want to call it, and taken him out. But, like, this is the first time that they haven't. And you kind of already knew they couldn't because of how this show's, like, timeline rules operate. Interesting.
Ich denke, sollte jetzt dir gehören.
I like the guy's haircut, though. I don't know why. I mean, I'm rocking it, too. But... I always like the undercut. So Trant's, I mean, we knew that Trant knew a bit more than he was letting on. But man, he, even from the beginning though, that's crazy. I knew your mother, and then gives him this like, I mean, I'm going to call it an Ouroboros, just for the sake of it. Ouroboros, like a bracelet or a bangle. Probably a bracelet, right? And now we're back in 2020. Wait, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're still back then. Right, because Hannah stuck around. That's right. We're still in the 50s. Hannah stuck around with Egon, yeah? Crazy. So he left his wife then, yeah? Or is he having an affair right now? Wait, hang on. Let me get this straight then. This is so, it's almost as if to spite him, because Hannah has to know, right? Dude, that's crazy. So then Hannah means, and in the timeline, Hannah is connected, like, to the Tiedemanns as well. Yeah, because Egon is with Doris, but not the relationship's on the rocks, and Doris was getting hard eyes for Agnes, because I think Doris is either bisexual or she might just be full on, and like, I prefer gals overall. And now Egon is having an affair with Hannah, but it's Hannah from 2020 who went back in time to it was the 50s, right? 53, 54, 53, I think. And so now she's sleeping with the guy that's had it out for her now, like her ex wannabe lover, basically. Dude, this is messy. This is messy. Oh my. And now he's head over heels. Oh my god. The pendant of the traveler, yeah?
Ich weiß nicht. Ich fühle mich schon die ganze Woche nicht so.
Vielleicht solltest du zum Doktor.
Sehen wir uns später?
Weiß noch nicht, das ist...
Good luck with that. Don't have modern medicine as much.
Katharina.
I mean, professional homewrecker over here.
Ich bin froh, dass du dich entschlossen hast, hier zu bleiben.
But she's also going under that other name. Also f***ed up.
Schön bist du.
Still going by Katerina. That I could see that having some complications for the timeline as it goes on. The phonograph in the background. Wow, the song of the day, yes. And I love you. Oh boy. 54. Okay, that's right. I knew it was the 50s. I couldn't remember if we had already. 53 is where we started, and then as the months went on, we're now in. So this is 1954 is where we're still. So 54, Trant runs into the unknown, all iterations of him, of course, because they travel together. Yes, I know now. Thank you. So to be fair, I figured it out. Here's the thing. To be fair, I know I'm still on this. I figured it out by the end of the episode. And yes, you could also say you figured out what was so clearly, blatantly obvious. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. But September. This is September 24th. September 24th. Or if you're outside of America, the 24th of September.
Habe ich bei meinem Papa gefunden. Ines, Claudia, wir sind schon spät.
Oh, I gotta remember who all the kids are now. Oh, never mind. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Inez, right? And Inez is the daughter, right, of Daniel Convold, who also works in the police, I believe, with Egon. And then the girl over here, she, who is she again?
Und warum gibt es sowas eigentlich nicht mit Männern?
Yeah, there's the identifying on the lip.
Habt ihr schon mal einen gesehen? Also nicht von eurem Vater? Ines. Jana, jetzt hab dich nicht so.
Wait, Yana, don't be like that. Inez and Claudia. It is Yana. Wait, so it is Yana. I was right. Yeah, that's Yana hanging out here. Eventually gonna be getting together with Trant. So it's Yana, and then there's also Inez and Claudia.
Als würde nicht zum Rest gehören.
Peculiar.
Tronte?
Yeah, dicks are kind of weird like that. Oh.
Ich finde, er ist ein komischer Junge.
Uh-oh.
Ist seine Mutter eigentlich
I
zurück?
like Trant. Oh, is she trying to...
Ist schon sonderbar, findet ihr nicht? Einfach so zu verschwinden?
Trying to get under Yana's skin like that?
Doris, was machst du hier?
Wife, right?
Hat mich reingelassen. Wo warst du denn? Ich dachte, du bist so früh los, um noch Berichte zu schreiben.
Mir ist etwas dazwischen gekommen.
You smell like someone else.
Hier,
He's like, oh.
es lag zwischen einer ihrer Blusen. Ich dachte vielleicht, das ist hilfreich.
Have you been sloppy, buddy? Or a house guest. Cursive's hit or miss for me sometimes.
Sie hat doch gesagt, ihr Mann war Geistlicher. Und vielleicht ist es nur Zufall, aber der Pfarrer, der verschwunden ist, zur gleichen Zeit. Sein Name ist Hanno Tauber.
Oh, I see. It's Noah's. HT. Hati. Hati. And welcomes its new minister, Hanno Tauber, 42 from Vecta. Okay, yeah, so... And she found that in their house guest, Agnes Nielsen's. But we know that they're related. They're brother and sister.
Es sind 3 Monate. Man geht doch nicht einfach und lässt sein Kind zurück ohne ein Wort. Warum sollte sie das alles
That's good
jemand
detective
zurücklassen?
work, honestly.
Wer weiß schon, was in den Köpfen von euch Frauen vorgeht.
Whoa, okay. Jeez. Although I think, I forget if he suspected the affair, because she was also making Google eyes. So she was staying with them and then she went missing. But isn't that because she joined back up with them? What did she joined back up in the 50s, right? That was when because she joins back up and eventually kills her brother. Has been missing, officially missing. And now we're in September. So yeah, some months have gone by. Frau Agnes Nielsen. And now we're still in the alpha timeline. We're cutting forward in the future.
Du hast dich für die richtige
The
Seite
God
entschieden.
particle. Adam, I swear.
Vergiss das nicht.
Is that Agnes? I'm pretty sure it is. You chose the right side. With the hair back, I'm pretty sure. Or I'm going to be making a fool of myself. Trying to go back to the... No, can you take me back to the main timeline, please? How do I get rid of it? Sigmund wants to actually rejoin. Yeah, hair back, same person. Is present when Noah threatens Adam. Turns in and shoots her own brother.
Du musst ihn Claudia geben. Das Leben ist ein Geschenk für diejenigen, die wissen, wie sie es nutzen sollen.
Oh, are we going to find out in this episode what the actual origin is? No shit, idiot. It's why it's called Origin. End game here, though. Okay, now we cut to Martha. She has the smaller mark on her cheek, but not the bigger, longer scar. Or with the color grading, I believe it's still the post-apocalyptic
Ich habe mich
future.
das alle Jahre gefragt, warum du uns in 1888 im Stich gelassen hast. Warum du uns zuerst geholfen hast, die Materie zu erschaffen,
And that's
dann einfach verschwunden bist.
all these years later. But for her, it was just moments ago.
Es spielt keine Rolle mehr. Adam wartet auf uns.
Oh, and now alternate universe, clearly. I love everything's backwards too, or like it's all like jumbled and such. And now we're back at, so yeah, so that's 2052 in both cases. But now clearly things went a very different way. Little bunker hatch right there. Oh my, is that the bunker?
30 Jahre von deinem gestrigen
I'd read
Tag.
it, but I don't.
Diese Tür in der Höhle. Was ist das?
Es ist ein Weg, der Vergangenheit und Zukunft miteinander verbindet.
So I don't know if does she go by Eva in this as well? All we know is that older Martha shows younger alternate Martha a bunker with all the timelines, or with the family trees.
Warum sind diese Namen durchgestrichen?
Why they all crossed off, huh? Yeah.
Alle.
Wie sie sterben alle.
In 2 Tagen.
Eventually.
Die Apokalypse in seiner Welt. Sie geschieht auch in unserer.
Du bist nicht echt.
Hier ist deine Zukunft.
Yeah. First stage, denial.
Euch nicht gelingt, die Apokalypse zu stoppen.
Which you will, because this is all part of the preordained plan, the cycle.
Viel unkomplizierter als da, wo ich herkomme.
Nun, vielleicht wird sich das bald ändern.
Oh, the
Sie sind
past.
schwanger.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. All right, here we go.
Keine schweren Arbeiten verrichten.
So what kid would she have then? Wait, are you gonna tell me? Hang on a second. Are you gonna tell me that? No. Claudia's already been. Wait, she's pregnant, but Claudia's already been born.
Das ist unmöglich.
Manche Geschenke kommen in unserem Leben unerwartet. Und doch sind es Geschenke.
She's like, you want to push me down a flight of steps real quick, or? And I'm sure she wants to. Oh, gotta go tell Egon now. I guess the assumption. How long have they been? It's been months, right? You all look so happy.
Frau Doppler. Wie kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Any news? And in terms of Mrs. Doppler, Greta Doppler, yes. Still looking for Helge, I assume. And we know the father is. We saw on the timeline at that was Eva's HQ, Anatol Velev. But we have not yet seen. This is Greta Doppler, yeah.
Solange Helge nicht mit uns darüber sprechen möchte, wo er gewesen ist, bei wem er gewesen ist.
I see. Not missing, but
Befürchte ich, treten wir auf der Stelle.
Nicht wegen
trying to find out
Helge.
who took him in the first place.
Die Gemeinde ist seit Wochen ohne Halt.
Oh, looking for Noah?
Sie kannten den Mann?
Sure.
Den Pfarrer? Haben Sie ihn jemals in der Begleitung einer Frau gesehen?
Was denken Sie sich? Ich will, dass Sie den Mann finden.
I'm trying to get more information for my investigation, ma'am. Okay, yeah, so don't answer questions that could be pertinent. So both him and Agnes went missing because, of course, they went off to... Well, in the timeline by this point, Agnes is working with Sick... Because, unless I'm mistaken, based on the order of operations, Agnes has wanted to get back in with Sick Mundus. So she's working directly with Adam, and in doing so, she ends up, like, shooting and killing her brother after he tries to take out Adam. And now she's in the far future in 2054? No, 2052. Now she's working with Adam in 2052. I believe that'd be shortly after because she didn't look too much older, really. So they're looking for both these missing people when one is in the far future and the other one is dead. Oh, the unknown. Yep, with the flanked on both sides.
Entschuldigen Sie die Störung.
Wait, or is that Doris?
Der neue Pfarrer?
Ich war es früher einmal.
The piano.
Lange her.
Mein Mann und ich, unsere Tochter ist sehr begabt und im Winter haben wir dann unser Gästezimmer untervermietet, damit wir was für Claudia beiseite legen können. Sie sagte, ihr Mann sei verstorben, aber ich weiß nicht warum. Ich hatte den Eindruck, dass das nicht stimmt. Und der Mann, der hier Fahrer war, der ist zur selben Zeit verschwunden. Also, glaube, sie mochte ihn nicht.
I appreciate her for trying to follow up on the investigation herself.
Ein Junge braucht auch seine Mutter.
Mit jeder Lüge stirbt das
The boy's still
Menschen
with us, so she
Seele einem
left
kleinen.
her kid as well.
Es geht ihnen nicht um den Jungen. Es geht ihnen um die Frau.
You're interested in the woman. Ooh. Can read right through her. See right through her. Read her. You're gonna kill her too?
Wird ihnen das Gleiche sagen.
Mein Mann?
Haben Sie sich nicht gefragt,
Sowing seeds of discord.
warum das Haus verlässt? So spät noch arbeitet? Mag der
Why are you trying to stir the pot, buddy? I love how every time he reaches into his pocket now, because it's been shown that 9 out of 10 times, or 4 out of 5, 3 out of 4 in this case, he's always reaching for the wire to take somebody out. But we've seen one time now in this episode where he hasn't. So now you have the anxiety and the tension of the scene that's telling you, like, anytime you see him, he's almost always been a harbinger of death. Of, like, where whoever runs into him is not leaving the room. But now we saw the boy, Tronte, earlier, was spared. Now you wonder, okay, well, hell, does this mean that, well, Doris, but, like, we know Doris, well, no, because her mom disappeared. This could be the end of Doris as well. Because I think when we get to the point where Claudia is an older woman, mom's kind of not really in the picture anymore, just Egon. So this could be the end of Doris. Okay. Why is he trying to stir the pot? What is his connection to all of this? What is their connection? I'm so curious. So what's even more curious about all that is that, so they're basically, so yeah, Agnes went to Sigmundus. Her and Noah disappeared, but Agnes left behind her kid, which I'm sure was also ordained. So that's crazy. And they're just, like, taking care of the kid. Be stressful as it is, yeah. And this is, unless I'm mistaken, this is Jana. Jana, right? Oh, yep, Jana and Tronte.
Hallo, Tronte.
Hallo.
Hello, Tronte. Tronte. I can't even say it.
Hallo.
Trante. One more time, I'm sorry. Trantra. It's almost like she's saying trantra, like tra. Trant. Hallo, trachen. It's so hard to just naturally. It's kind of like saying, like there's that French interview with the vampire. It's theater of the vampires or of vampires, and it's like théâtre de vampire, but the way that you're supposed to say it phonetically is like théâtre de vampire, théâtre. But I almost feel like like it almost feels offensive as an American to try to fit that in there. It feels like I'm like bastardizing the language, so it's like théâtre, and then it's you have here hallo, trantre. One more time.
Hallo, Tronte.
Trantre. Hallo, trantre. Hello. It comes so naturally though. Is that like learned, or is that just like it's almost like a ch instead of a t? I've been saying trantre. Sorry, I know this is probably very like just tedious and annoying. Listen to me try to perfect trantre. It almost sounds French. We know she has a thing for him. Were you with my friend?
Es ist wunderschön.
What's wrong?
Warum warst du heute nicht in der Schule? Was machst du hier?
Schule.
Ich mag es ja. Es ist so trostlos.
So you got here.
Du hast ein schönes Lächeln.
Aw. The beginning of a beautiful friendship. Something more.
Was machst du hier?
Egon, I got some news to make your day even more stressful.
Du kannst hier nicht einfach so auftauchen.
God, she's so messy in every timeline. It's great.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Ich bin schwanger.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Well, scheiße. Oh no. Yes, hang on, I'm curious. Forgive me for one moment, but I'm very curious. To have been used as early as the 16th century. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, then there's no... Okay, I feel like an idiot for even Googling it. So it's just their fault for not using prophylactics. Like, if he was so concerned about it, bro didn't wrap it up, like... Well, the heat of the moment, it just feels, it feels so much better with that one. If you're gonna have an affair, you at least gotta have some protection. Frau Hannah is what you call a honeypot, I suppose.
Ist das meins?
Thought you were being careful. What would she needed to have done to be careful? It's the responsibility of both of you. What are you talking about?
Ob es deins ist?
Why do you think I'm here?
Also ich habe mir das ausgesucht hier.
I don't know what you were doing before you met me.
Ihr glaubt, euch gehört die Welt. Ihr könnt euch alles nehmen. Ihr fresst und fickt und denkt, ihr seid Gott. Egal, wohin man geht, ihr seid die gleichen verfickten, selbstgefälligen Arschlöcher.
Du weißt nicht, was du redest.
I mean, yeah, men are pretty not great, but still, at the same time, you expected him just to be, like, over the moon? He has the expectations, like, in engaging in this guy having an affair, and she's like, how dare you not be head over heels and excited about this? And, like, you men are all the same. I definitely don't have anything to do with this endeavor. That's, Bernd? Ah, yes, Ed. Nuclear power is the future. Not just in America. Also here. Well, no, Bernd's dead, isn't he? Because the unknown killed him?
Schon eine richtige Dame. Hübsch und blitzgescheit.
Because Bernd is, was a Doppler. And now Cloudy is here. Young Cloudy is here. Okay. But this is the Doppler estate, is it not?
Selbstverständlich nicht umsonst sein.
Aber das ist viel
Rewarded
zu
for your
viel.
services. What services? Tutoring?
Lass mich dir einen Rat geben. Fürs Leben. Wenn du etwas wirklich willst, dann nimm es dir. Von alleine kommt es niemals.
Oh, she learns that, yeah.
Dankeschön.
Who is he again? I'm looking at his face. Is he... No, he's not Daniel Convold. I'm trying to recall who he was. Was he one of the guys that was on the planning committee? Like he was trying to get the whole thing built to begin with? Is he under the hooves yet? Have we... Wait, that kid... Wait, no, the kid in the pew was Wurler? Benjamin Wurler? Oh, okay. No, somebody in the comments, oh, this is interesting. Somebody in the comments thought that this person in the pew was the male version of the woman that Peter had an affair with. But that's his. Oh wait, no, it is. No, oh my God, what am I thinking? Hang on, wait. So it's not the affair. So what? No, but it's the brother didn't transition in the alternate universe timeline. In our Alpha one, Werler did transition to become what, Bernadette, right? I think. So in this one, it's still Benjamin. He's still Benjamin. Benjamin and Pastor Peter Doppler secretly meet in the church to have an affair, but they do have an affair. It's messed up, man. So not only wait, so I don't know why this never clicked, and I know people are gonna be again calling me an idiot for not realizing this, but like Benjamin is Werder's brother. Benjamin and Pastor Peter Doppler. Okay, it's just sorry. The names are all cross-jumbling in my head. So yeah, the person in the comments was correct. This is the character. Peter had an affair. Peter in the Alpha universe had an affair with Bernadette, who was previously Benjamin Werler before transitioning. And in the alternate universe, the mirror world timeline, Benjamin does not transition, but Peter Doppler still has an affair with Benjamin, who is in both universes Werder's brother. Okay. Yeah, I just had to get that under. All right, I gotta understand that now. I'm glad the timeline points that out. What I'm trying to figure out is who this fella is right here. Have we met him yet? Okay, no. Well, I'm sure this guy's face seems so familiar, and I'm sure we've seen him before, but his name is escaping me right now. Services. Is she just tutoring? Nobau eins Atomkraftwerks verwenden. Nobau eins Atomkraftwerks verwenden. Atomenergie und Frieden. Atomenergie und Frieden. Nuclear power and peace, yes. The future is now. Some bigwig. Cuts to the other guy in the passenger seat. Drn, drn. Interesting how the only one who speaks is the adult is, yeah, this version of the unknown. Whoa. Kids packing heat.
Wie viel Geld hat Ihnen die Kohleindustrie gezahlt, um die Baupläne für das Kernkraftwerk zu blockieren?
Ich habe keine Ahnung, wovon Sie sprechen. Hat euch der Doppler geschickt, ja?
Wissen Sie, was Geld nicht kaufen kann? Genauer gesagt, Ihre Zukunft. Wir denken, wir sind unsterblich.
Dude, that kid is like one.
Zwischen dem Hier und dem Jenseits. Auf die Zukunft.
They really, yeah, because they're working for Eva at the end of the day. So they're going out of their way to make sure that the power plant gets built. No matter what, the power plant has to get built. He said, did Doppler send you? Because Doppler wanted to be commissioned. So what I'm trying to understand is, so was the guy that we saw talking to young Claudia, Bernd's dead? Did Doppler send you? Unless the guy doesn't know that Doppler's dead. Was that Anatole, who was trying to still get it like all settled? Or maybe it was still, I'm trying to remember where in the timeline it was when the unknown like killed. No, you know what? I'm wrong. Bernd's not dead yet, because Bernd is killed in the 80s, right? Because the unknown shows up in the 80s, kills him, and then goes to the power plant, which has already been built. This is before that. I think Bernd is still alive and trying to get the plant built to begin with. The photos are throwing me off because we're in the 50s. That's her current age. But this photo is from the 80s, from the future. Have we seen? No, we have. Okay, so I was mistaken. I was just confusing myself.
Ihr könnt es ändern. Die Fässer im AKW. Sie lösen die Apokalypse aus. Ihr müsst verhindern, dass sie geöffnet werden.
How are we gonna do that?
Und was machen wir dann? Eva hat gesagt, dass es einen Weg gibt, diesen Knoten zu lösen. Dass es einen Weg gibt, wie Martha leben kann. Meine Martha!
Es gibt keinen Weg, beide Welten zu retten.
Okay, this one knows what's up.
Du musst dich für eine entscheiden. Die Apokalypse in 2 Tagen.
You have to choose one of them to save.
Stoppt werden.
Okay, so alternate universe, older Martha tells Jonas the truth, which is which we know is the truth. Tells Jonas. So unless this is also part of this, see that this show has fool me once, shame on you, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So many times, like every time there's a hope of something being different, then it ends up being like, oh, it turns out that was all a part of the plan. So it's like, this does sound reassuring though, because yeah, before he actually carries out what Eva has told him to do, and what we as the audience have seen, Eva is also manipulating Jonas to like the means to the end of her version of the same Atom War. 2 sides, same coin, same war, same evil-ish trajectory. Now, older Martha in the alternate universe is telling Jonas that Eva lied to him, and there's only one, but you can only save one universe. The unknown is popping around through time and space to make sure that that happens.
Sie können leben. Alle. Kann leben. Ist das nicht das, was du wolltest?
Wait, she said they can all live, but didn't she just say you have to choose? But you have to let her go. Your Martha. Your world. Interesting how she's saying you can save my world at the cost of yours.
Was Adam tun wird.
That's true. But what about you in this world?
Ich geh jetzt nach Hause.
What if she's just telling him the same spiel that, like, my head. All right. So now we have it's again somebody, no matter where Jonas goes, somebody tells him, oh no, what you're doing is wrong. There's no way, but now if you do what I say, if you do my thing, you'll be doing something differently. But correct me if I'm wrong, Eva is what alternate universe Martha ends up growing into and becoming. And, you know, and we're in the future right now. She hasn't gone full, like, old and white and all that, but she has the scar that Eva eventually has. And she's trying to say, oh, no. You see, Eva lied to you. The future version of me lied to you. The only way to prevent any of this is to do what I say. Even though, canonically in the timeline, she grows up to become Eva. Does she not? Am I conflating the two Marthas right now? Like, isn't she, like, if we go by this show's own time travel rules and regulations, she's just literally doing what Adam did back when he was like Jonas. Like, all versions of Jonas, including Adam, manipulated others and himself to carry out his ultimate vision and plan to ensure the cycle continued and everything happened as it did, deceiving people as they went. And now here we are again with a younger version of Eva, which I believe is still Martha currently, telling Jonas like, oh no, the future version of me, surely I know you don't want me to become that, so do what I say and you'll be able to save this world, not your own though.
In dieser Welt seid ihr nicht unmöglich.
Oh boy. In this world you can have this Martha. You know, not your Martha, but close enough. Poor thing.
Du glaubst es alles? Dass sie alle sterben werden?
I've seen it happen.
Ich bin verrückt.
I know. I went through the same thing. It's a lot to take in.
Glaub mir, ich weiß ganz genau, wie sich das anfühlt.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy.
Alles stimmt. Alles, was sie gesagt hat, ist wahr.
Well, I mean, like, as far as he's aware.
Aber ich weiß, dass es einen Weg gibt. Einen Weg geben muss, dass alles wieder gerade zurück.
So you think. Okay, that implies that he hasn't found it yet, so he knows that it's probably...
Die mich hierher gebracht hat.
No, she's not though. She's deceiving you. The Martha who brought you here is working for Adam. Oh my god, Jonas, when will you fucking figure it out, damn it? Oh boy. And now we're back to... so many notes. Now we're back to Alpha Universe in 2052.
Es ist soweit.
You bastard. And that's, remind me, that is, oh, what's her name? She is the gal that helped Jonas in the, oh yeah, Benjamin Verlier, Bernadette. Now that's, where is she? She's the gal that, like, freed him, right? What's her name again? Silja? That's Silja, yeah. So even Silja's working for Adam? And now Agnes is going off somewhere. She's gonna travel. So somehow they have a they can stabilize the God particle and use that. And now we're back into 54,
Und
right?
dieser Mann heute früh.
Yeah.
Du denkst, das war vielleicht dein Vater?
Meine Mutter hat nie viel von ihm gesprochen. Sie hat
The
gesagt,
unknown.
ist ein schlechter Mensch.
Used to be so is that also the connotation there, the assumption? Because yeah, we haven't known who who his father is, and if they're brother and sister. And so at first, I remember when Agnes Nielsen in 53 was first introduced, I thought she was trying to say that her husband was Noah and was a religious man, but I don't think he really is. He was a bad man. We find out Noah's actually her brother. So now the actual answer might be that the unknown is Tranche's father.
Ich war lange Zeit in einem Heim.
Wie ist das so im Heim?
Kannst du ein Geheimnis für dich behalten? Dieser Mann, heute früh. Ich möchte gar nicht wissen, ob das mein Vater ist. Und ich bin froh, dass meine Mutter weg ist.
Damn.
Du kannst ihn behalten, wenn du magst.
Jana? Was machst du denn hier? Bist du nicht schon vor Stunden nach Hause?
Wir sind schon spät. Mama wartet bestimmt schon mit dem Essen.
Interesting.
Man sieht sich.
Yikes.
Vielleicht bis morgen.
That's kind of twisted. Whoa. What was that look? And now remind me, because I saw the girls earlier. I don't want to get them confused with each other. The girls were sitting together. That was not Inez. That's so Jana was talking to Tronche, and the Claudia. That was Claudia that showed up.
Keine Sorge. Ich will's nicht behalten.
Oh. But are you actually going to?
Warum haben manche Menschen alles? Warum hat das Schicksal für die einen alles Gute vorherbestimmt und für manche nicht?
I feel like you've also, like, sown a lot of toxic oats, though, ma'am. And you're just reaping them over the course of your life.
Mein Leben lang habe ich versucht, an Dingen festzuhalten, die man nicht festhalten kann.
True.
Aber jetzt habe ich es endlich verstanden. Ich brauche niemanden.
That's the same thing your son told you. What, a number for a specialist or someone?
Letztes
Take
Jahr.
care of it.
Daniel hat mir davon erzählt. Sie macht das wohl ordentlich.
Mrs. Obendorf. Interesting. And we've only met, because we only know, like, Eric Obendorf's father. We've met him, but, like, someone in the Obendorf family. Interesting. Sheesh. Now, is she actually going to get rid of, oh, so many notes just to keep track of this. Alternate universe. 2052 again. So then what's your new plan? You're showing her the future so that she like what Eva told you to show Martha how the cave works and show her the future so that she believes what you're saying first of all. But now you're still going to be playing into Eva's hands. Because as far as this timeline is concerned, Martha still grows up to become Eva. Nothing's changed in that regard. Jonas Convold, Martha Nielsen. To infinity. To the origin. Jonas and Martha. Is that the origin? Oh, who else is here now? Alternate Noah?
Der Anfang ist das Ende.
The beginning is the end. And the end is the beginning.
Wir alle sind aus ihm geboren.
We are all born of him. Of Jonas? You gave him life.
Und wird uns unseres geben.
And he will give us ours.
Eine Linie ohne Anfang und Ende. Unendlicher Kreis.
Yeah, an infinite circle. How? These kids, we all come from him. We all come from him. The beginning of the end of the beginning, a line that has no start or end. It's all just part of an infinite circle. Not circle, just the infinite loop, more or less. Okay, back to the Alpha universe. Still 1954.
Ist alles gut?
She knows the truth though, thanks to the unknown. I mean, the marriage was not doing too hot before anybody else showed up in this house, but both of them had an affair, did they not? Because she was fooling around with Agnes. Then of course he fooled around with Hannah.
Ich wollte mich entschuldigen. Für heute Morgen. Ich weiß, dass du nur helfen wolltest. Ich bin nicht ganz ich selbst gewesen.
Ich weiß, was du treibst. Mit dieser Frau.
Wie meinst du das?
Ich möchte die Scheidung.
Damn.
Wovon redest du denn da?
Wir hätten das schon früher machen sollen. Aber ich dachte, ich weiß nicht, was ich gedacht habe. All diese Geheimnisse.
I mean, she's been doing it too.
Des Herzens kann man nicht erklären.
Oh, just gonna re-quote the unknown. The ways of the heart cannot be explained.
Ich möchte zu Frau Obendorf.
Sie müssen warten.
Get in line. Doesn't seem sketchy at all. Great lighting, lighting in this place. Oh, is she also a customer?
Sie kommen in die Hölle, die man wegmacht.
Ich glaube nicht an die Hölle. Die Hölle ist das, was uns hier auf Erden macht.
Amen. Hell is what we make for ourselves on Earth.
Ich bin Helene.
Helene?
Helene Albers.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that name. There we go, yeah. I'm Helene Albers. Yeah, the little girl. So this is who eventually ends up getting together with Herman, Ammon, perhaps. And this is... Does she know who Katarina's mother is? So the woman that ends up getting with the man you love in your universe, this is her daughter, who ends up growing up to kind of be like work in the same facility that Ulrich is being held at. Is she also here for an abortion?
Katharina.
I know she's young, but that's a beautiful name. Perhaps I'll name my daughter that someday.
Christophorus. Ein schöner Gedanke, dass man getragen wird auf seiner Reise, dass jemand über einem wacht.
Na los, komm.
Jeez. What are the odds, huh? Small world, small town. Oh, and leaves her the pendant. The pendant this pendant gets around, man. So Egon had it and gave it to Hannah. Hannah meets the younger version of Helene Albers and gives it to her at the abortion clinic. Oh, does she leave? And she changes her damn mind. Oh my god.
Wo ist denn Mama?
To confirm. Wait, did I get the names mixed up earlier? Oh, I never realized. Oh, that's right. I forgot because Tront has, Tront has the affair, so he's both. Okay, right. Okay, yes, that's right. I forgot that in the last episode. Oh my god. So.
Die Dinge des Herzens kann man nicht erklären. Es macht, was es will.
Yep. Gotta sit with your regret and sit with the situation. So remind me, is that the younger version of Bernd? I think. There's the unknown. Do we get a reveal finally? Back in 2052. He knows the unknown as well. But they're working for Eva, aren't they?
Du hast mir etwas versprochen. Ich habe meinen Teil der Vereinbarung eingehalten.
Du willst wissen, wo der Ursprung ist und wie man ihn vernichtet. Das wirst du.
Yeah, but I'm sure it'll be too late.
Ich habe 66 Jahre gebraucht, um endlich zu verstehen, wie alles zusammenhängt.
I feel the same way, buddy.
Du hast recht. Es ist Zeit, dass du es auch verstehst.
The origin. What is the origin? Oh, here we go. Okay. Alternate universe. And this is 20... No. What year? I see the lamp. No, what year is this? I think we're back in 2020... Just 2020, right?
In der Schule. Als du durch die Tür reingekommen bist, ich hatte so ein Gefühl, als ob wir uns kennen. Aus dem Traum.
Es tut mir leid. Alles.
Da, wo du herkommst, bin ich da gewesen.
The same?
War ich anders?
Man, what a tragedy all of this is. Is there any escape from it, though, man? I mean, maybe if alternate Martha... No, maybe if alternate Martha finds a way to, like, destroy the origin. But, like, with Adam's goals and Adam's plan, there's no way... I mean, I'm sure he'll, like... He's like, oh, you'll find out what it is. Don't you worry. You'll find out what the origin is. But he has his own plan to end it all. Like, him and Eva, like, have their own plans of, like, having it all end through what seems to be annihilation or just perpetuating the cycle. But, yeah, so even if he, like, I'm sure his plan would be, oh, she'll find out, but by then it'll be too late. There is no way to destroy the origin. How on earth? Damn. Who are you? Oh, we're gonna have a big revelation here. Are you gonna tell me he's somebody that we truly know? But if he's Tronch's father, potentially, was with Agnes in some capacity. I'm going by his face. I mean, he couldn't be Jonas, could he? Or like some... I'm sure he'll be a version of somebody we've already met. That's gonna be the big twist. Is he's writing in the triquetra. I am left to die alone, and I am my sole judge, me. Is he gonna sign it? The beginning is the end, and the end is the beginning. So he wrote that. He's the one who first penned it at the end of the triquetra.
Evening rises, darkness threatens to engulf us all.
Or is she gonna go back to her time, do you think? Pregnant with a kid from 50... from the 50s. Oh wow, they're going all into it, huh? I also need to work this maze inside my head. You are correct, Solon, you are correct. Bro polished off that whole bottle, huh?
Everything is quiet and I'm out.
How old is the raincoat?
Be that all is here.
Oh, no, that was... She's smelling Agnes's... I see.
Work this maze inside my...
Man. going in.
Somewhere up there, midnight strikes.
That's right, because I was trying to figure it out. So, him and Claudia don't end up together. Like, they had a thing when they were younger, but he ends up with Yana instead. But as he grows older, he's still, like, as a, like an older man and as a reporter, he still has the affair with Claudia. And Regina ends up, like, biologically speaking, Regina is the child of Claudia and Tronche, but ultimately ends up with Yana. Oh my god. Vinden is messy. Poker face over here. Tronche gives Yana the Ouroboros-esque neck bracelet that the unknown gave to him. And Tronche suspects that the unknown might be his father. Maybe. We have one final revelation. Oh, yeah, here we go. Back to the Alphaverse in the future. Oh, God. The big old pea coat now. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be a pea coat, but hell of a popped collar. The origin point, yeah? In 2052. Yeah, I gotta remember this.
Weil hier alles seinen Anfang gefunden hat.
Oh. Does Jonas get Martha pregnant with somebody important here? If this is the origin point, oh no.
Dein älteres Ich hat dich und Jonas zurückgeschickt. zu einem einzigen Zweck.
Right. Oh, here we go. Right. And they went back. And they consummated it all. Yeah.
Apokalypse nie stoppen. Ihr solltet den Ursprung erschaffen.
Create the origin. What's the origin? Oh my God.
Ist der Ursprung.
The origin of the apocalypse. Who?
Beiden Welten.
What's growing in you is the bridge between both worlds.
In des Knotens. Und es wird sein Ende sein. Dein Sohn.
Your son. Who? He is what on earth? The unknown. I heard the piano. They birthed the unknown. Oh, here. Wait, I want to come back to the alternate. Is that the reveal? Because I heard the piano. The unknown is their child. Oh my God, where it all starts. Oh my God. Crazy. There are some similarities. I wondered. Oh, yo. Love the piano incorporated into the music there. Yo, the origin, the unknown. So that's it. The unknown. He, and all versions of him are the key of it all. Because, I mean, it showed him writing the Chiketra journal. Like, writing that. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Look at that. I didn't even know that. So that in terms of casting, the adult and old are actually related. Alternate Universe Martha and Alpha Universe Jonas were to go back in time under the guise of, okay, Jonas, show alternate Martha how the cave and time travel works in a future version of Vinden. And then she'll be convinced, and now she'll realize that there's a connection between you two that has been ordained. It's always been there in a sense, that sense of deja vu, and that will kind of like galvanize your relationship further, and then you'll consummate it. And so because they made love, the two people, like one person from his universe that doesn't even exist in the other universe, making love with her to create a child. So she's pregnant now, the child that ends up becoming the unknown. He said, I was never even given a name. And he is the beginning of the end of the beginning. The origin point of everything is the unknown. Now Martha has the moral dilemma, right? Of like, well, if I want to truly end it all, I would have to destroy my son. I don't know if that gives him certain properties or certain powers or something like that, or I guess he just gets inducted early on because we see him as like a child, adult, and old man moving together as one to ensure all the pieces of the puzzle that his mother has like commanded all get executed properly. Is it because a child born of two different universes is what is like connecting them and also is ultimately the catalyst for everything ending? And then if you destroyed that, how could you even destroy it? I still don't know if there's hope for all of this. Oh my God, crazy work. Well, as always, please feel free to let me know if there's anything that you guys or gals believe that I missed. I think I'm still following along. There are some moments here or there where I was a little bit confused and I got some names or people a bit mixed up, but then I either quickly realized my error or I got around to eventually having the epiphanies and realizing who people were. But yeah, feel free to let me know how my diction is, if it's improved, or if there's still some enunciation that I'm missing. Otherwise, yeah, I pretty much let out all my thoughts in the episode. I believe everybody when they say they do figure out how to wrap all of this up by the end of the end. Like, I believe you. I'm sure they do. I don't see how. I don't see how. Clearly there's an answer to all of this, but geez, like we've been on this constant journey where we're just reminded time and time again that there is no way to break this cycle unless maybe by what Claudia did from what she learned, small minuscule changes to domino into something greater. But I don't know. I normally would try to theory craft or predict how it's all going to end, but I genuinely, I don't think I'm too terribly lost, but I genuinely am not sure how they could possibly solve this, what could possibly be changed. But that's a mark of a good show for me, is that, like, not to toot my own horn, I feel like I can figure some things out in television, film, and media, but I'm merely along for the ride. I'm at the whim of this show. So thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Like I said, if you're watching this on Patreon, you get early access to these episodes. And thank you so much for that additional layer of love and support. If you do watch it on Patreon, of course, early access to all of these full uncensored reactions with HD uncut video accompaniment of the episodes, access to my entire content backlog and library of reaction content, Patreon exclusive shows, movie commentaries, couples react content as well. If you're watching on YouTube, that is of course more than enough. Thank you so much for the support regardless. All I ask is you like the video, drop a comment below, either tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm being a big dumb stinky poo-poo head? Am I missing the obvious shit? Please Phil, clue me in then. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dark. Have a good day, have a good night, and as always, goodbye, travelers.